Hello, I'm Zagone with Northwest Winterfest. I invite you to learn more about the culture of Sweden.
I just wanted to add a little bit about Lingan Berries. They're like cranberries, they're tart. And my family and I were over in Sweden. We were wandering through the market one day, and here are all these Lingan Berries. And oh, we love Lingan Berries. Well, yeah. So we ended up buying a kilo. Now, that's 2.2 pounds. And we weren't, we were Americans thinking kilos, whatever. So here we had this huge bunch of, 2.2 pounds of Lingan berries that were not cooked, were not anything. They were tart. They were good though. And we wandered around and munched on them. And then we went back to our little cottages where we were, and we had Swedish pancakes and wrapped up the Lingan, and we had ice cream and put on the Lingan. So we enjoyed our Lingan that day.
Yeah.
The other thing I just wanted to add, we had Lootfisk. Now Lootfisk is something that you have to grow up with it, liking it.
Yes.
And it's an interesting fish. And once a year, when I was growing up, we always had a big buffet Christmas Eve, because that's when we celebrate Christmas.
Right.
And they fixed Lootfisk looked like scalloped potatoes. So, scalloped potatoes, I took a bunch. And that was back in the day when you cleaned your plate. And Mother Hubbard. I don't like Lootfisk, not even a little bit, not even the smell.
It. I can't wait until I can have it.
And that was my mother.
Oh, that was your mother?
Yes,
Yeah,
Lootfisk.
okay.
We didn't do anything without Lootfisk, but fortunately they took pity on me and I didn't have to clean my plate of Lootfisk that Christmas.
It's usually a lutefisk, boiled potatoes, white sauce, a cream sauce with it, and peas. And you put a lot of spices on it that makes it very good.
Oh, this didn't have anything on it
that
but
should have,
Lootfisk and
yeah.
white sauce.
Pepper and salt, and otherwise it doesn't look very appetizing because it is kind of jellyish like. And I can buy it here in Spokane, so I can't wait until they have it coming out now in December. I know that because it's one of my favorite things for Christmas. And we always had the rice porridge as a dessert, more like. You cook that after and ate the fish, potatoes and all that, and then we had the rice porridge. But that was an evening meal. That was not the main meal. The main meal we have usually a very nice big ham, and which is a special curd ham that is very hard to get here in Spokane. I'm trying every winter to get the authentic one. And then we have the meatballs, and of course we have something very unique as well, and it's called dip in the pan. So when you cook your ham, usually like in a big kettle, you get the juice from it. And that juice you use and eat with a special type of a bread called wort bread, which is wort is a type of a spice that you put into that bread, and you dip that in the ham juice, and that is so delicious. That's another thing I can't wait, because I try to do it every year. And then with the meatball and the lutefisk, and of course we have another dish that is very popular, is Jansson's Temptation. It's called Jansson's Frestelse in Sweden. That is made with anchovies and potatoes and half and half. You bake it as a casserole, and a lot of onions in it as well. That's another very delicious thing. So I would say that we Swedes, we do have a lot of good food. Since Sharon brought some of the special Swedish coffee, and with that special coffee pot there, we have something that every Swede do every day, maybe twice or more. We call it fika, F-I-K-A, fika. And that is when you have a cup of coffee with a little bit sweets with it. You have to have a little sweets with it. The Swedish bakery or something. That's fantastic. And you can have your 11 o'clock in the morning fika, and you can have your 4 o'clock in the afternoon fika, or whenever you feel like it. So I think That's all I can think about with the food. You want to talk about the crown?
I just wanted to add again, you have to grow up with
Yeah.
many of these dishes. We were again traveling in Sweden and Jansson's Temptation. Oh, my dad and my brother do not eat fish of any kind. So here we are at a table with relatives and you don't pass it on by.
Right.
So we all took a little bit of Jansson's Temptation, but we were not tempted in any way.
I forgot to say something about the gravad lax, which is a cured salmon. And Annika is an expert on that, because when we have our smorgasbord, she always brings her very delicious salmon with a special mustard sauce, is that what I'm going to call it, which is a little tangy that goes with it, So we have a lot of good things that we're looking forward to. And so
Rice pudding is another one.
yeah, the rice
Yeah.
pudding instead for the rice porridge.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's right.
right.
We do that with the Lingan Berries.
And you put an almond in. Do you
Yeah.
put an almond in? Well, I brought some books here that we have from one of the Swedish authors.
Astrid
And-
Lindgren.
Yeah, and this is Annika's Secret Wish, and it talks about the rice pudding with the almond in it. And you can put you put an almond in it, and whoever gets the almond,
A young girl,
depends,
unmarried.
yeah. If she's not married, will be married, and if she's married and they don't have kids, she'll be the next one to get pregnant. And we've had all kinds of those kinds of things. But my family loves the rice pudding the way I make it. But
Yeah,
it's-
I'm sure it's good.
we
And
have
you
it.
had it.
We have that Christmas morning. Is what our tradition was.
Okay.
To have it Christmas
Uh-huh.
morning. But yeah, there are some really good foods too.
Well, I grew up in the time when we actually slaughtered a pig before Christmas, and they took care of everything on the pig and made their own sausages and took the ham from the pig. And we had also the blood sausages, which are another very Swedish tradition or dish. That sounds gross, but it is actually delicious with lingonberries. You have to have lingonberries with that. And all other things that you can salvage from, when you slaughter a pig, and so on. So that was something I grew up with.
Thank you so much for letting us share our culture with you. If you'd like to look us up on Facebook, it's Vaso North Star 145. Thank you.